We've often talked on this program about whether a white pride group is inherently racist. We now have a different type of group. We have a heterosexual pride group. And the question is, are heterosexual pride groups anti-gay? Well, the Southern Poverty Law Center has done, they look at a lot of these different groups. And there's an interesting article on their website, splcenter.org, about a specific heterosexual pride group. It's a Facebook-based group. They have a Facebook page called Heterosexual Awareness Month, right? Now, back in June of 2012, the group was created to, quote, celebrate heterosexuality. The page administrators, who are anonymous, one does go by the name Dr. Ham, I guess stands for Heterosexual Awareness Month, saying that the page's mission is to, quote, educate the world, commemorate our heritage, celebrate our culture, and liberate our people. So at face value, before we get into the specifics of what's been posted, is a heterosexual pride group anti-gay by its very nature?
Would it be automatically? No.
Natan, what do you think?
It's hard to answer. In practice, it is. As it's just, it is that way because the only thing that will make someone identify with being white as a category is being an oppressor. The only thing that white people have ever been identified for as a group of white people is oppressing people of color. So in that sense, it's very hard to believe that you could do that without identifying with the oppression.
Okay, so a couple of different opinions
I mean,
there.
let me be clear. I mean, anytime there is a heterosexual pride group, it's going to be anti-gay.
But you don't think that it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to
but
be.
But in practice, they are.
It's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I kind of disagree with that.
Okay, Natan?
Well, the reason why you have, gay pride, Black History Month, women's pride, women's lib movements, the reason why you have it and people identify in that way to have pride is because they're oppressed. I mean, that's the reason why they have pride.
An oppressed minority.
To have pride in being white is essentially to say that you're proud that you are privileged above everyone else.
What if it was a white pride group in a country where whites are not the majority?
Name one, not where they're not the majority, but where they're oppressed because they're white.
Okay. Well, but so you're saying Lewis's example is not good because heterosexuals have never been oppressed.
Correct.
Okay. Now I want to get to this, which is now we have more information about this group. We have started to see on the Heterosexual Awareness Month page, we started to see comments about the, quote, gay agenda. We have started to see baseless links between homosexuality and pedophilia. We've seen photoshopped images of gay pride marchers with signs they are holding altered to read, "My butt hurts," and one comparing the, quote, fertile garden of heterosexuality to a toxic waste zone of homosexuality. So we now are very clear that this particular group, which was supposedly just a group about heterosexual awareness, is an anti-gay group. And now the image we have up on the screen, they put out this graphic recognizing hate symbols, and next to the Nazi swastika, they have the so-called hate symbol of the pride flag, the equality rainbow, call it what you will.
Right.
So it's very clear, I think, what's going on with this group, is it not?
Yeah, it is. And like I said, I mean, just knowing how people act and how people think,
Yeah.
Any white pride group or heterosexual pride group is sadly going to be anti-gay, non-white.
The thing to me is, let's say you can be, let's just assume for a second, okay, that you can have pride around being straight, right? In the same way that somebody can be prideful of being gay. Let's assume there is such a thing as just honest, straight pride, okay? The idea that you feel a necessity to create a group around it and to create messaging around it is a red flag to me. It's hard for me. To me, it's almost, I understand that these are people that are doing incredible damage and being very, very hateful. But in a way, it's almost sad to me to spend your time making Facebook pages saying, I'm proud of being heterosexual. Just live your heterosexual life, but forget about making pages about it.
Pride when it comes to things like that is interesting because, as we feel that racism should not exist, xenophobia should not exist. You know, I don't really think pride should either, because you're being proud of something that you never had any control over either.
Right. Well,
You know,
maybe they think that they do, right? Maybe they think it's a choice.
Well,
Maybe this group thinks. Anyway,
knows?
that's kind of another issue.
Yeah.
Strange stuff.